a few days, we are back to the college football playoff. The Final Four, the semifinals in the CFP. Thursday night in Miami, it's the Orange Bowl between Notre Dame and Penn State. Friday night in the heart of Texas, the Cotton Bowl in Dallas between those in-state Longhorns taking on the Ohio State Buckeyes. Let's start with Thursday night that begins. What a stretch of football we have this weekend. A 5-day run, college football playoff semifinal, college football playoff semifinal, doubleheader of NFL postseason games on Saturday, tripleheader on Sunday, Monday night to end out Super Wild Card weekend. So we start at the start. Thursday night in South Florida, it's the Orange Bowl in Miami between Penn State and Notre Dame. The Fighting Irish, a slight favorite, 1.5 points. But the money line is working more so in the favor of Notre Dame. Our smaller of two totals at 46 and a hook as compared to the Cotton Bowl. DRS, your early lean here on the early line for the Orange Bowl between the Irish and the Nittany Lions.
I'm going to paint the picture here, because if you look at Penn State and you say, Penn State, maybe we can equate them to the Denver Broncos. You got to win a football game. You're better than that team is. You always win that football game. The minute you need to win a football game where you're the underdog, you have no chance at it. But I'm starting to come around a little bit on Penn State here. Maybe it's Abdul Carter needs to be healthy for this football game to put pressure. But I do think these two teams are matched up accordingly, which is why you're only getting a 1.5 point spread and a lower number. Two teams that want to play really good defense, establish the run game, and work on their passing game. I do think Penn State, for me, does have the better passing game with Drew Aller than, let's just say, a Riley Leonard. I love Riley Leonard. My favorite bet last week with Notre Dame was, boy, he's going to run the football a lot, and he did, because his legs can win you a football game more than Aller can. But for my money, you have a little bit extra time to prepare for Penn State. It's not that overwhelming of a favorite where you're getting 3.5, 4.5, 5.5 points here, let's just say, as a underdog for Penn State, which in the past they technically don't win those games. I'm feeling Penn State early in the week, as I think it's a very good matchup for them going up against Notre Dame.
Donnie Rightside will be in studio, I am told, for a Thursday night college football playoff
7:30
special.
start?
Along a 7:30 start, Thursday night. Alongside his PFT cohorts, it's important to keep crews together. He'll be with Kevin Walsh and Joe Lisi. Do you recognize, though, what you are walking into with a man in old K-Dubs who just celebrated birthday number 30 in a very celebratory holiday season that had to battle the Walsh family because of his Georgia National Championship ticket for that quarterfinal game in the Sugar Bowl against the Irish? Kevin Walsh Jr., Kevin Patrick James? Kevin James? Why am I blanking on Kevin's middle name? It is Patrick, right?
What is it? I don't know. Does he even have one? Does he even have one?
I think it's Kevin Patrick Walsh. Kevin
Great television
Patrick Walsh is what we're going with it. And until we hear otherwise, we will let
the junior.
Donnie, the entire Walsh family is the Notre Dame allegiance. And he had to battle against that. But now he gets Notre Dame in a CFP semi. He is fully in. So enter right side. The thorn in his side always for a Fighting Irish and Nittany Lions game, a duel between Marcus Freeman and James Franklin. I really do believe you are in for a marquee day, DRS.
I mean, do we even know if Kevin's Irish? I mean, he's just playing this up here. I mean, we don't know for sure. We haven't seen the DNA test at that point here. But I did end Pro Football Today telling him, he's like, we'll see you Thursday night. And I'm like, yeah, Penn State's going to win that game. And ended sort of a downward trend on the show where he got upset. And, if there are ranking orders, it's Penn State and everybody else in teams that I do like to hate. But growing up, I hated Notre Dame. I'm a Catholic, but I love the Miami Hurricanes. Catholics versus Convicts was the biggest game of the year every year. All my friends were either Penn State fans or Notre Dame fans. I was a Miami guy. So theoretically, I win either way because one of them loses, and then I lose either way because one of them wins here. But I always go against Penn State in this spot. I actually think Penn State's in a good spot to win it. It's crazy how you come around sometimes.
And this is why I believe you are in that marquee spot on Thursday, because you are dueling internally and then with your two co-hosts as well. For what it's worth, I bet the Fighting Irish when this line opened up minus 120 on the money line. To Donnie's point, Penn State expected to win a football game. They often do, and often comfortably so. 35 of 41 games since the start of 2022 season, booked as a favorite. Penn State is 34-1 straight up, 25-9-1 against the spread. All right, how about as an underdog in those 6 other games? 0-6 outright. 1-5 against the spread. The only cover back in 2022's regular season against Ohio State. They were a 15.5-point dog and lost that game still by double digits, albeit a cover. Our game on Friday night in the heart of Texas. It's the Cotton Bowl at Jerry World, AT&T Stadium, between the in-state team, that being Texas, and your national championship favorites now in Ohio State. The Buckeyes, a 5.5-point favorite against the Longhorns, total 53.5. Donnie, for me, the early story of this semifinal matchup is the market movement. The projected line, Ohio State, a slight 1.5 favorite. After the Rose Bowl, it opens with Ohio State as a 4.5-point favorite and has been continuously bet only on one side, the Buckeyes. Will this game be closer than that spread might indicate?
I do think it will, and I think it's getting a little bit of that recency bias. Look, Texas is a good program. We know that. Ohio State did have some stumbles this year as they lost by 1 point to Oregon. Tough environment, tough team to play. But then you saw the Michigan game, which really threw it out of whack. Like, okay, they're back after their 2 playoff games where they absolutely dominated. If we're just looking with the final 4 teams left, Ben, it's apparent. The most talented team by far is Ohio State. If Will Howard plays anywhere near, Ben, he did against Oregon, nobody's beating Ohio State. But we have some games to go back and be like, ooh, was that the right decision made here? And Chip Kelly, what kind of offense are we running again? Chip Kelly's on a heater right now. Can he stay on that heater? But I do think this game could be possibly played within a field goal here.
You see Ohio State minus 110, now an odds-on favorite to win a national championship. Although it was Texas as the title favorites entering the college football playoff quarterfinal round. DRS, enjoy the money line. I think I'll see you on Wednesday. That's cool. The early line is back, baby.
Look at that.
Right? I don't know. More TL next. Live right here on the early line on SportsGrid, rounding out our 3 hours together on this Monday on TEL. We talked about the 5-day stretch run that we have of football starting on Thursday. College football playoff semifinal at the Orange Bowl. It's Notre Dame and Penn State. Friday night, college football playoff semifinal at the Cotton Bowl. It's Ohio State and Texas. Then Super Wild Card weekend in the NFL. 2 games Saturday, 3 more on Sunday. A Monday nightcap to end out the weekend. But don't just think about next weekend. Football continues on this Monday night in Frisco, Texas. A national championship is on the line. The FCS national title game between the powerhouses of FCS football in North Dakota State and a Montana State team that is the 1 seed in the bracket and looking for FCS national championship number 2, the first since 1984. The Bobcats have been absolutely dominant in their run to the title game this year. A rematch of the 2021 title game, by the way, in which Montana State came up short against NDSU. That goes to speak about what the Bison have done in Fargo for many a year. South Dakota State, the biggest rival of North Dakota State, had won the previous 2 FCS national championships. In the semifinal round a couple of Saturdays ago, it was North Dakota State edging out South Dakota State in a low-scoring game, 13-9. So, North Dakota State knocking out the 2-time reigning champs prior to the Jackrabbits winning 2 straight. NDSU had won 4 of the previous 5, 9 of the prior 11. North Dakota State is the powerhouse at this level. But can Tommy Mellott, the quarterback of the Bobcats, and Montana State pull off this national championship victory? You see it there. Montana State, a 3.5-point favorite tonight in Frisco. Tommy Mellott, basically the Heisman winner, if you will, at this level of FCS college football. The Walter Payton Award, one of the best in the country, both on the ground and through the air. The quarterback for the Cats, one of the best rushing teams in all of the country. but you could make a similar argument for NDSU. Cam Miller, as good as you will see at the quarterback spot for the Bison as well. Talented defensively on that side of the football. But I actually lean Montana State, who won by 32-33 in its 2 opening round games. Then in the semifinal, as a 9.5-point favorite against South Dakota, won by 2 touchdowns, 31-17. I do believe that on this Monday night, the team that has not been the powerhouse at the FCS level makes a statement. Montana State, a champion, and maybe even covering as a 3.5-point favorite in the FCS National Championship game tonight. Whew. It's going to be a great stretch run of football that we have. 2 weeks from tonight, by the way, the FBS National Championship game, the college football playoff national title that we have.